What's up, guys? My name is Jalissa, also known as Truly Heaven. I started this channel because basically I want to be able to help anybody that I could help. To anxiety, MDDS, fibromyalgia, vestibular migraine, all the symptoms you could think of. Most of the symptoms you can think of, I probably had. So, when I started going through this, all I wanted was someone or something where I could relate, you can say, where I can be like, oh, okay, I'm not going crazy. Other people are going through this. When I started going through this, I honestly believed, like a lot of us do, that there's something a doctor's not finding, um, something's going on and I don't know what it is. I thought I was gonna die, but let's get into the video. This is gonna be uncut and unedited. I started having weird symptoms maybe February 2022. And I remember I was eating sweet potatoes and I was eating steak, and my face on this right side grew. Everything started that day because when I went to the doctor, they basically told me, oh, that happens. Some people get allergic reactions. I was never allergic to sweet potatoes. I was never allergic to steak. I grew up eating both of them, so I really did not understand. That's where my story began. And after that, the swelling went down. I brushed it off. I acted like, nothing happened because everybody was like, oh, it's probably just a blocked gland. Just suck on some candy. So I let that go. But after that, little things here and there started happening, especially while I was driving. This is my story. I love driving. I'm a driver. I was driving for Uber. Excuse my if I stutter or whatever, but I'm trying to put everything together in my head. Um, I was driving for Uber at the time, and I remember I was driving and it felt like I flipped my car over. You know what I mean? But I didn't. I was driving. I was fine. I was going straight, but it felt like I flipped my car over. I got such an intense feeling of turning over that I stopped my car, got out my car, and just started taking my jacket off, my shirt off, like trying to breathe. I was with my god brother. I was over here trying to find out what the heck is going on. I was sitting in the curb. I left my car in the middle of the street, and all I remember, it was like trying to control my breathing for the life of me, and not being able to calm down. So I just stood there breathing until I was able to get my head together, because I did not understand what was happening. It felt like an adrenaline rush, you know what I mean? And the weird part is that I finally got myself together, and my only choice was I was scared to get back on the highway because I didn't know what the hell just happened to me. That's one. And then I was scared to drive, period. But I'm like, I gotta get us home because I don't know what's going on here. And I got back in the car. I drove us home, and well, I started driving us home, and all of a sudden I'm in you know, main street where a lot of people shop around where I live, and all I heard was gunshots, pa pa pa, and I'm like, was that me feeling something that was coming on? The way everything happened together, that's what it felt like, and I'm like, oh my god! I remember telling my god brother, I probably felt that. I probably felt that coming, and that's why this happened. Oh my god, what was that for? That's what started everything. I went home. I remember I had to give my car to my friend and basically tell him to park it or do something with it. I didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't know what that was. But I kept getting profound feelings of being scared. So scared, so frightened. Sounds, everything just was so weird. So I, a couple of hours later, asked them to take me to the hospital. And they did an EKG, they drew blood, they did a whole bunch of stuff, and said there was nothing wrong. So I'm like, what? I come back home, I lay on my bed, and from that day, everything changed. Like, I remember the next day I woke up, for some reason, my left leg, I couldn't even move my leg. You know, my world got so small so fast. Like, I ended up being bedridden for a couple of months. I stopped working. I became agoraphobic. I did not want to do anything that involved me leaving my house. Like, I was so afraid of doing anything or going anywhere. And I have children. I care for parents. Like, this was very, your world gets so small. If you going through this, you know what I'm talking about. And I don't wish this on anyone. You know, I was having symptoms every day after that, and the one that bothered me the most was the dizziness. I had chronic dizziness. I don't want to trigger anyone, but I do want to be open on this channel, because a lot of times when I was trying to look for a video, I wanted to hear something similar to what I was going through, and not to hear the same story, but to hear more detail, and not just, like, for example, when people have visual symptoms, or they say it's visual symptoms, I actually wanted to hear someone say, I was seeing floaters. Okay, I was seeing floaters in my vision. I was seeing lights like balls flying around my eye. Like, I wanted to hear someone going through what I was going through, so in a sense of what I was going through, so I would feel some type of normalcy, if that's the right word to use here. Familiarity, because I didn't understand what was happening. I did not understand what was happening. Going forward after that, I went from having chronic dizziness, vertigo, MDDS. They diagnosed me with fibromyalgia. There was so many things, gut issues. Everything was crazy. I gained almost 100 pounds. A lot of people that go through this lose weight. I gained weight. It was so weird. It was the weirdest thing ever. And I couldn't even go into a supermarket. Okay? Like, I'm telling you, my world got so little. So little. I wouldn't, like, dare go outside. I have I have my daughter, I have my son, and then I have my daughter's boyfriend, which, he's like my son, and him, like, he helps so much. And with him, it would be like, if I ever wanted to go outside, I would only test it with him. I would be like a puppy, like, can you walk me? You know what I mean? And that for an adult in itself, that sucks so much. You know what I mean? Like, if you've gone through this, you know what I'm talking about. But that's what gave me the little bit of exposure that I ever dared to take. You know what I mean? And I finally started seeing doctors. I saw a neurologist. I tried so many medications. I tried SSRIs, beta blockers, nasal sprays. There's so many things that they try to, get you to do. But none of the medications that were offered to me with recovery in mind. You know what I mean? Everything was, oh, this is so you can manage. Everything I've ever tried was so you can manage. If you're like me, I want to recover. I want my life back. You know what I mean? And the one thing that actually opened my mind to that, after seeing 28 doctors, okay? 28 doctors. Countless MRIs. I don't know how much radiation I took in the past 19 months, because it was way, way too much for one person. That my cardiologist refused to give me CT scan of my heart, if that's what you call it. He refused because he said that I had so much radiation that, you know, it could put me on the wrong road. So, you know, having this, it makes you feel like you have heart problems. Excuse me. Like you have heart problems, and it scares you. You just become afraid of so many things, okay? But I found this channel. Her name is Dr. Yoni Arthur. She's on YouTube, and she teaches you about circuit dizziness. You know what I mean? She teaches you about your stress bucket. Like, you as a person, if you're stressed, if you're, as a person, you have like a capacity of stress. Like, if you reach that capacity, your equilibrium, so many things can go off, you know. And that's basically what happened to me. You know, I'll explain more of that in a later video. But if you're like me and you want to recover and you just want a little bit of support, or, you know, you just want to find out what someone like me goes through day to day, or, you know, week to week, whatever, we'll see what I do. But I wanted to explain some of that. Like, right now, I drive. I was not driving for months. I was not driving for over a year. You know, like, I would get panic attacks just looking at my car, just like approaching my car. Like, it was so bad, you know. I go outside by myself now. I do so many things now. Like, I believe recovery is possible. You know what I'm saying? And I would like you to recover with me. Like, let's do it together. I believe that, you know, this can be something. We can help each other, or maybe I can help someone who's feeling really lost. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. I'll try my best to answer anything, like, and I'll try to make a better video, because this is my first YouTube video, so it's gonna be all over the place, you know what I mean? But basically, I got diagnosed with vestibular migraine, which has been the worst, you know. Like, that has been the worst part, because everybody that I know always says that there's no cure for the headaches and all that stuff. But I believe the root cause is anxiety. And if you cure the anxiety, everything else will go away, because most of the symptoms that I have had have gone away. And, you know, it's been me working on the anxiety. You know, something that I love my neurologist, but something that my neurologist could not figure out, I'm figuring out on my own. And, you know, that's basically it. Like, the root cause is anxiety. There's this amazing person. His name is Sean Kassam, and he's on YouTube also. I'm sure if you found me, you probably seen a bunch of his videos too, and it's very helpful. Like, it's really helpful to watch people that have gone through it, you know. Like, I have to be my own mentor, because I don't know no one in person that has gone through this. Everybody that I talk to about this, they be like, what? Like, you know what I mean? A lot of people have not gone through this that I know, you know. So I guess I have to be my own mentor, and, you know, let's do it together, and I'm gonna be here. So, you know, let's get it done. Welcome to my channel. Let's see where we go from here. Let's see if we can help each other, and that's it.